Welcome to the Rev Room, powered by BizRev Advisory. Today we have the privilege of talking to the LabourNet specialists. To my left is Ruan.
Hey, good day. Thank you, Francois, for having me again.
Thank you, Ruan. We are sharing the mic for this session, so that's great. You can't talk yet. And to my right is Juliana. Welcome, Juliana.
Thank you very much.
Great. So today we're going to unpack a few things about getting ready for 2026. And so I'm going to do a little bit of talking. And so Ruan's going to kick off with us and say, Ruan, what do we have to do to get ready for 2026?
Well, getting ready for 2026 is a big one, but remember, we're still in 2025. We still need to do an end of the year properly and doing it the right way. Now, I'm Ruan for you, I'm from LabourNet. I'm actually branch manager here in the Garden Route area, looking after all the clients here regarding their compliance. So yes, there is a lot still to do for the rest of this year. Regarding compliance, there's a lot of areas in compliance. You've got your labour law, you've got your employment equity, skill development, health and safety, BE compliance with most of you, that's got the BE pressures. But ending this year off, you also have to look really closely at labour law. Not only labour law compliance, but staying compliant in your business and also acting and doing the right things in the workplace, especially with year-end functions. Juliana, maybe more on that for us, please.
Yeah, so we're getting into the silly season of the year. That's what we like to call it. So just a short introduction. Sorry, moet ek myself weer voorstel?
That's fine.
Okay. So thank you, Ruan. We're heading into the silly season. That's what we like to call it. Obviously, we have year-end functions. And yes, we're all very excited to celebrate the end of the year, and all the efforts that we as a team put in to get the company to where they're supposed to be. With that still comes a responsibility as an employee to behave during year-end functions. We see it so often. Companies or clients have these big year-end functions, and 2 or 3 days thereafter the HR contacts us and stipulates, listen, this is what happened. Can we still take action although it was a year-end function? And the answer is yes, you can still take action against an employee if they misbehaved at a year-end function. It's still a year-end function.
Even if it's after hours?
Even if it's after hours, it's still a company event. You're still representing the company. Even at the after parties, remember that, because if you're wearing company, for example yourself, wearing a company shirt, driving a company vehicle, and you get into trouble after the year-end function at the after party or whatever you want to call it, you can still be held responsible and the company can still take disciplinary action against you. So please, as much as we all want to enjoy the celebrations, the final responsibility is still on the employee to make sure they behave and that they act in a manner that's still in accordance with the company's disciplinary code. So if there are any questions or any concerns or any events that took place at your specific year-end function, please contact LabourNet. We are more than willing to assist you in terms of conducting the hearing or advising on the next step to follow.
Yeah, thank you, Juliana. And if your policies are not in place for the year-end, make sure that it is before you schedule those parties coming up. From LabourNet's side as well, if you want to prepare end of the year strongly, make sure do free audit. Get LabourNet involved. We'll do free audits for them, health and safety, labour law, whichever is needed, just to make sure that they're comfortable going into 2026. But before we close off the year, I just want to touch on employment equity a little bit. All the companies out there, above 50 employees, you all know you need to comply with the Employment Equity Act and also submit your reports. Started off in 1 September and it needs to be submitted before the 15th of January. If you haven't done so already, I think you should get going to make sure that it's submitted. Otherwise, the Department of Labour will be knocking on your door right after 15 January. And yes, there will be fines imposed as well. So that's for all companies above 50 employees. For all the rest that does not have to comply with the Employment Equity Act anymore, just to make sure, you still need to go online, you still need to go deactivate your profile. All right, so I don't know, Francois, a lot of companies out there don't know this yet. They think they're below 50, they used to comply in the past, they don't have to anymore. Remember, you still need to go online to deactivate your profile.
I don't think we knew that actually it was required to deactivate.
No, they just let it go, and then yes, they will get a knock on their door January. So yes, and then apart from that, there's also your skill development. Everyone's been paying on a monthly basis that SDL, which is called the Skill Development Levy. That's 1% of your payroll is going to start on a monthly basis. So you'll see on your EMP 201s and your 501s that's been submitted on a monthly basis, and then the 6 months start just getting a lot of that money. Just to make sure for this year, if you submitted a report in April, it's called a WSP ATR report or work skills plan or annual training report. If you submitted that in April yourself, fantastic, there's a little bit of money coming your way, which is a mandatory grant. It's about 20% of the money you're getting back. Then you can also apply for discretionary grants. There's actually currently a window open as well for food, bev, and then everyone in that industry can literally go and apply for a discretionary grant and maybe at the discretion of the CETA get a little bit of money back. So if that's not you, don't worry, let's prepare you for next year. For 2026, I want you all you must help you get ready. So if you don't know where to go, if you haven't done it before, give us a call. I mean, Francois, we work really well with you and the group as well to help clients get their reports in April and then also apply for discretionary grants for them. Then they can see all the benefits from it, all the tax benefit, all the incentives. It's actually just a government way of saying thank you for upskilling your staff. So let's everyone get on board with that in preparation for next year to make sure you get the most taxes benefits for the year. Anything else?
For the government to say thank you. That's the first I've heard of that, Ruan. That's actually, we need to coin that phrase and actually utilize it quite a bit. But it is important, I think, to realize that you actually can get money back from tax. You are able to utilize the mechanism to create more value in your business, and I think that's what excites me. All the other stuff that you do is great, and it's great, and we do great work too. But the idea is how are we gonna help our clients or the viewers to be able to unlock more value, because business is tough. And if you're able to give support and help to any entrepreneur or any company or entrepreneur, that's what the place we want to be at. And so that's why we support LabourNet. We enjoy working with you guys, and we think that all our clients can benefit from the mutual relationship that we have. So if we're looking at 2026, those deadlines are important. We, for all the listeners out there, if you want to get ready, if you're not ready, reach out, drop comments in the comment box. We're happy to reach out to connect you with LabourNet so that you can become ready for 2026. Because we feel it's going to be this year was great, but next year is going to be even greater. And the more aligned and the more prepared we are, the more we all win. So Ruan, is there anything else you can tell us about 2026?
Yeah, let LabourNet look after people so you can look after your business. That's
very good advice. So and a good little tip for LabourNet. So Juliana, do you have any more advice for us for next year, for 2026? Do you have some comments you'd like to add?
No, I think I'm excited for 2026. There has been changes like you've mentioned. I spoke about it earlier in terms of the parental leave and the changes to the code of good practice. So that's obviously where we can assist from a labour law perspective. But I think change is good. We need to welcome the changes in legislation, and it shouldn't scare us. We need to make use of the opportunity. But let's make 2026 a great one.
Excellent. So, Ruan, Juliana, thank you for joining us. This is not going to be the last. We'll have some more time that we can spend together, helping our viewers to understand more about their position and their compliance and their journey.